good morning. It's Tina and I am back on this very rainy morning, and it's still a little cold and it's almost June. It's the end of May. It's Memorial Weekend coming up and it's gonna be a good time because I'm taking Friday off, which means I'm gonna have a 4-day weekend. Yes, and school is done and I'm taking the summer off. Listen, I am so excited for the summer because I've been going to school for the last couple of summers and I haven't really had any time off. So I'm taking the summer off. I'm graduating this year, so it's gonna be a good time. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about this thing because I've been thinking about it and it's been on my mind, and I wasn't quite sure how to broach the topic here on YouTube because it can be misconstrued as hate and as being hypercritical. And you know when you want to talk about something but you know it's going to be a sensitive topic and you're like, do I really want to talk about it, because then people are going to take it the wrong way and I don't want the headache of having to explain myself, you know what I mean? But you guys are my crew and you guys know I am not ever coming from a vengeful or hateful place. It's just I have questions, I have concerns, I have thoughts, and I want to share them with you. So have you guys noticed a paradigm shift here on YouTube with a lot of the major influencers and a lot of the not so major influencers, like the smaller channels that are still being influenced by these huge beauty influencers? I've noticed like a shift that I don't like at all. It's gotten to the point where I don't even watch beauty videos that much anymore. They're just certain channels that I definitely watch that I love, and it's weird because these channels that I watch are very small and they've stayed kind of true to their aesthetic. They've not really deviated from what they normally do. They haven't fallen into the trends of YouTube. You know, every little popular video that goes viral that people latch onto, like they haven't really tried to do those videos. They just keep it just the way they normally are, and I enjoy that. And those are the people that I still watch every video and I still support. And then I've been watching more like crime and investigation, documentary type videos. I've been watching a lot of Scientology videos because it fascinates me, and a lot of critical thinking videos. I do want you guys, if you're interested in learning about Scientology, not to like join the cult or anything, but just to learn about the whole thought process behind it, just what goes on in Scientology and how people can get caught up in that cult mindset. Definitely check out Chris Shelton here on YouTube. I'll leave his link below. I have been watching his videos non-stop, and he does Q&A videos and he does critical thinking videos. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Those are the kinds of videos I've been watching now because the beauty community here on YouTube has kind of soured for me. I scroll through my homepage where it gives you video suggestions, and just these video titles they're so far reaching. They're clickbait titles, they have clickbait thumbnails, and I'm just so turned off by the whole thing that I haven't even been watching the YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. And I'm subscribed to a couple of the big beauty influencers. The only ones that I truly watch that are huge are Desi Perkins and Luster Locks. I love those girls, and for me, even though they're the more posh, you know, backdrop, high quality, editing is on point, like even though they're more of the professional YouTubers and professional influencers, I just find their vibe to be a lot more relaxed, and even though it's their job, it still has a personal touch to it, and I really like their vibe. To me, they haven't become that lip injection kind of designer handbag, designer outfits, the high-end cars, and look at my house kind of YouTubers. They're just kind of low-key with it, even though they're very successful, and they do all these PR trips too. It's almost like they manage to keep it on a level that's still relatable for me. But So I'm scrolling. Let me give you a little story. I was scrolling through like my homepage, like I said, with the video suggestions, and I started seeing all these haul videos. So it started around the VIB sale haul time. All these haul videos with price tags in the title or in the thumbnail picture. So it'll be like, oh, look at this $1,500 haul, my $2,000 Sephora haul, or my $3,000, you know what I mean? Like there was a price tag attached to it. And I was like, ooh, ew, that's so showy and tacky, and I felt like it was a show off. Now, don't get me wrong, I do massive haul videos where I spend tons of money, and you can probably go through and calculate what I spend, and it's pretty high. And I get it, like putting a actual number, a price in the tagline or in the thumbnail, it makes people almost want to watch more, because they're like, oh my god, she spent so much money at this store, I have to check her out, see what she got, or what does $1,500 buy, right? But I find it so tacky. I was just so, it made me cringe so much just seeing these videos. And then I'm looking through the videos, and these are younger girls, and I'm like, wow, we are really teaching our younger generation to be huge consumers, like to be very materialistic and just to overindulge in things. And I'm of course a contributing part of that. And I love doing haul videos, and I love getting makeup and sharing makeup with you guys, and it's kind of part of what I do here on YouTube. But at the same time, I don't want it to come off too showy, and that's kind of a reason that I don't show my makeup collection, and I haven't done that in years. It was kind of the video that, my collection videos were the ones that got me a lot of subscribers when I did them years ago, and I kind of don't want to do another one because I have a lot of makeup, and sometimes I go in my makeup room or my beauty room, my room, the extra room, and I'm like, oh my god, why do you have this much? Like, you know, I cringe myself. So I really don't want to promote that kind of, I don't know, that kind of excess on YouTube. I don't want to contribute to it. I don't want to promote that. But then on the other hand, I know you guys want to see my collection, and I have subscribers that have been around for so many years, and I don't want to almost hold out on you guys either. But then I'm like cringy about doing it. But that's one of the reasons, like, we're feeding this massive consumerism, and we're feeding this idea that you have to have all these things, and you want to get the most expensive this and the most expensive that, and you want to collect as much as you can just to keep up with the Joneses, or now to keep up with the gurus. And I don't like that vibe. And when I went through my feed, I actually ended up going to Sephora that day, and in front of me in that line there was someone there, and she was returning hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of makeup. Like, she had a whole huge bag of returns, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, so I can see a lot of people hauling things, like to say they did a major haul and then returning the products, right? So I made a post on Twitter. I said, all these haul and return videos are gonna change the Sephora return policy. And I can actually see that happening. Like, Bloomingdale's changed their return policy. You can't return any item that has been used or worn. So if you pick up a beauty item and you swatch it, you can't return it. They changed their policy, and I can see that becoming a thing for Sephora too. I don't see them going that hardcore, but I can see them flagging people who do major returns all the time and clamping down on them. So I hope it doesn't trickle down to us smaller consumers that do returns all the time, but don't do like a major return, like returning all your purchases from $1,000 purchase, you know? And I made that post on Twitter, and I also made a post saying that I find the price tag in video titles and in like the thumbnails, I find it tacky. But is that a new thing? Like, is that something that people are doing, that people are gravitating towards? And one of my followers, somebody who I communicate a lot with, and she's a great supporter, she commented on that that Twitter post. She was like, "Oh, Jackie just did a video like that. You should check it out." Now she's talking about Jackie Aina, and I was like, okay, I'm subscribed to Jackie. I follow her on Twitter and Instagram, but I don't really watch her videos as soon as she posts, and I don't really watch all her videos because there have just been changes that are not, they're not things I want to watch, you know what I mean? So I just don't watch them. So I didn't even see that video because I don't even go through my subscription list that much anymore. I just go through my home screen. But anyway, so I went over and I'm like, oh, let me check the video out. So I watched the video, and she did a $1,200 Sephora haul. And the whole premise of the video was that she wanted to try out the Sephora collection because, you know, Sephora has their own in-house brand, and they have their own collection with tons of products, and they have some really great products, some really great finds, and she wanted to try out the line and give you recommends, like find good products for you. That was the premise of the video. But she didn't do a haul. She just did like a full face of these products, and I was like, wait a minute, so you bought $1,200 worth of product just to do a full face? You could have just gone in and picked out products that you needed for a complete look, like pick out a foundation, a powder, you know, brow stuff, mascara, eyeshadow, whatever. But she said that she bought all this stuff so she would have options. And okay, so I can see buying 2 of something or a couple of, you know what I'm saying, like a couple of things. But $1,200 of Sephora collection, their prices range from like, I'd say like $12 for like an eyeliner or a primer or whatever, upwards to like $30-something, but they're not that expensive. So to spend $1,200 means you purchased a ton of product. And I'm like, did you really need all that product to do a full face first impressions? And I was like, wow. So I went back, and then wait for it. She said at the end of the video, she said that she's gonna return about half of the stuff that she bought. And I was like, what? Wait. So you literally went to Sephora, bought $1,200 worth of product, and then said you're returning half of it? Why didn't you just pick up things? Like, you can swatch the products in store, so it's not like you were forced to buy things without testing them out, and you bought them in store. And she was showing her receipt, like it was very showy in the beginning, and I was a little cringy when I saw that. And then when she said that she was returning at least half of it, I was like, ooh, And then in a pinned comment on that video, because, you know, you scroll through the comments, and I'm like, people are like, oh my god, I can't believe you bought all this stuff and you're returning it. And then in her she pinned a comment that said, oh, I don't know why people are worried about what I'm returning. I kept about 75% of the stuff, right? So now I go to Twitter and I respond to the girl that responded to me. I'm like, yeah, that Jackie video threw me off. And I said in it, like, all these, I don't like the haul and return videos. And that Jackie's video threw me off. Now, Jackie, I guess, because she doesn't follow me on Twitter, somebody who follows me saw my comment, because we didn't at her or anything. Somebody saw my comment. So I do have people that follow me just to dislike me. Like, they will click on a video as soon as I post and hit dislike just to dislike me. So there are people like that. I get it. And there are people on Twitter that follow me and they're just looking for some drama to start. Did I tell you about the time they started drama with me and Beat Face Honey? I should tell you that story. She sent me a whole email about how she has 40,000. This is when she was smaller. She has 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, and how we could have worked together and help each other out. And she's famous and she's made a name for herself, and I'm just a hater. Anyway, that's how Beat Face Honey. So Jackie was like, oh, like, I forget what she even said, because I wasn't even like interested in what she had to say. she was accusing me of accusing her of hauling and return and everything. Now, I can understand how she could have misconstrued the whole thing because her name came up in a general conversation and the vanity is there where she thought my whole thing was about her. I can understand that your ego comes into play and you get all defensive. I get it. Like you thought my whole thread of what I was saying was about you because the cap fit, like the shoe fit you. So like even my general statements you kind of did align with what I was saying. So of course you're going to take offense. I mean, and I'm okay with that. Take offense because if you want to be offended, I'm okay with it. Like I said what I said and I still stand by what I said and I'm not taking it back. And then her followers, like the thing about it is these big influencers know what they're doing. When they make a comment about somebody or they respond to some comment, they know that their followers are now going to respond to that person too. So a bunch of her followers were like responding to me or really liking this comment that one girl said. She was like, oh, did you watch the whole video? She was like, 3 things. Did you watch the whole video? I'm like, yes, bitch, I watched the whole video. What's your question? 2, people are allowed to return things. Yeah, nobody said you weren't. I don't. What are you saying? And then 3, do you own stock in Sephora? Actually, I do. It's the LV. Is it LVMH? Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy brand that Sephora falls under. So yes, I actually do own stock in it. Thank you. I diversified my portfolio and that's the stock I actually invested in. But thanks for asking. Yes, I do. And so she was going all crazy and I'm like, this bitch, okay? And the thing about it is I responded to it. I'm like, hold up. I have supported Jackie all this time and I'm not a sheep. I don't follow blindly. I can make a comment and question something that you did. And I will always do that. I don't care who you are or what you think you are. You're not a celebrity to me. So fall back, relax, okay? I don't care. You're just a regular chick in LA, like all the other chicks in LA that do makeup. Like, relax. You have over a million subscribers? Okay. You're making money now after the GoFundMe and PayPal stuff? Okay, good for you. I'm like, high five. I celebrate your accomplishment. Like, I'm happy for you. But I'm not going to be a blind sheep following you. I'm not that person. I'm sorry. If you do something sketchy and I say something and I voice my opinion, sorry. And she's like, oh, just like then she responded to me about, oh, just like your opinion, I can disagree. She can disagree with me. And I'm like, what are you disagreeing with? Somebody said it was sketch. Or, no, I said I was thrown off by the fact that you said you were returning 50% of your haul. It's a fact. I was thrown off. I don't understand what? Did I do what you do? That's your channel. Do what you do. But relax. But she threw me off and I'm like, the sense of entitlement these days is rampant on YouTube with these big influencers. And you see it in like their Snapchat videos. Like, they'll make comments and say things like, oh, I'm not on this PR list. I want to get on this PR list. And, oh, I don't want to buy this. They should send me this for PR. And it's almost like they're trying to force these companies to work with them. Because a lot of them, too, demand that these companies pay them for Instagram posts, Snapchat posts. Don't think that the Instagram posts that they're doing and the Snapchat posts that they're doing aren't paid and sponsored. They don't disclose that. But they are. Like, a lot of them are, and they're doing these product placements in their videos, and they're being paid for it. And it's almost like they're forcing these companies, oh, well, you should be working with me because I'm huge. And then if you don't work with them, then they do an anti-haul where they call you out saying, oh, well, this company doesn't send me PR, so therefore I'm not buying from them. Another thing that threw me off about Jackie Aina. So another thing that I saw was that people, after the whole, objection to sponsored videos and everything, that was a whole thing on YouTube. Like, people were realizing all these sponsored videos and affiliate codes and all this stuff. So, there, you know, there was a lashback from the beauty influencers saying that, hey, they need to make money and blah, blah, blah. And I understand, make your money. But of course, we as viewers are entitled to question you now. Like, how can we really, really, truly trust your opinion when you're being paid for it? And then I know a lot of them are like, oh, well, I wouldn't just sell my soul for a lipstick. I can buy the lipstick. That's Jackie again. She's like, I can buy a lipstick, so whatever. And then, you know what she said in her, she did like a video where she was talking about affiliate codes and the real truth. And a lot of people, a lot of the big influencers were retweeting her and being like, oh, if you want to know the truth about affiliate codes, watch Jackie's video. Jacqueline Hill retweeted that. And I'm like, when I went over there, it was such an, it was just screaming entitlement. And it was almost like, don't question me, I'm honest, don't question me. No one should be questioning my integrity because I've had my channel since Donkey was a boy, and how I've had it so long, and no company can buy me for free lipstick. They're not buying you for free lipstick. They're paying you for these videos. Like, be clear about that. Let's be honest about it. And then she was like, yeah, I put affiliate codes and I say I use affiliate codes and I've always said it, and I don't need to tell you what affiliate codes mean. If you want to know, go and Google it. And I'm like, did you miss the whole point of the whole affiliate code and affiliate link disclosure situation? The whole point was the FTC requires you to disclose when you use links that earn you money. And you can't only say you use affiliate links. You have to say what that means. Like, you can't just say I use affiliate codes. You have, or affiliate links. You have to say what that means. You have to say you're making money off those links. That's what the FTC requirements are saying. And it has to be clear. It can't be hidden and buried in your description. Like, it has to be a clear notice. I, in fact, went ahead and expanded my disclaimer because I was like, whoa, I'm not even doing what the FTC is requiring. I didn't go back on all my videos, but I've expanded my disclosure. I'm like, holy crap, I better say, because it's, for the FTC requirements, it's almost self-governing. It's a self-declaration. It's up to you to do it. The FTC is not going around policing these videos for the disclaimer. It's up to you to do it. And most of them weren't doing it, or weren't doing it fully. And when this whole, you know, scandal happened, it was a chance for consumers to call them out and say, hey, disclose. You're not doing your job. You're not doing what is required by law. You should really be doing it. Just because you're not getting sued or you're not getting fined for it doesn't mean you're doing the right thing. It just means it's not being policed. But do the right thing by your viewers, right? And she was like, oh, I don't have to do it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ew. The attitude, first of all, was disgusting. And I was just, again, turned off. And that was one of the videos that made me just be like, I'm done. I can't really watch and support her videos all the time. I mean, I'm still like, I still want to support these people. And I still watch a few of the videos. But I'm not like keen on them as much anymore, because they just got so snooty and entitled, and oh, I'm going on this trip and I'm doing this, and oh my god. And I'm like, oh, it was just, it's tacky. And then they hijacked Kimberly Clark's idea to do an anti-haul. So Kimberly Clark here on YouTube, definitely go check her out. She's a drag queen performer. I don't know the pronouns, if he goes by he or if she goes by she. I don't know if they use he or he use it. I don't know if Kimberly Clark uses he or she pronouns. I'm not quite sure how they identify, that person identifies. But so Kimberly Clark does these anti-haul videos where she talks about products that she's not going to buy, and they're hilarious. And she doesn't just say, I'm not buying this because I'm in my feelings. Like, she tells you why she's not buying the product, and I find it very informative. And I'm like, you're right, I like you. So a lot of people have been doing these anti-haul videos now, and people have asked me to do an anti-haul video, and I'm like, hold up. I don't like the direction it has taken, so I'm not gonna jump on that. Like, I don't want, like I said, I was gonna do an anti-haul video way back in December with the holiday collections, and I haven't done it, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it because, again, it's soured for me now that these big influencers and everybody on YouTube is doing it, because they're using it as an opportunity to show their sense of entitlement again. And I saw a video. It was Bella Fiore. It's either Bella or... No, it's Bella. Bella Fiore. And she was talking about... Because when these videos get popular, you see them pop up in your suggestions. And one of the things that she said she wasn't going... One of the brands she's not going to buy from. Like, they're not only talking about, like, individual products now. They're talking about whole brands that they're not buying from. And I have a video talking about brands that I'm not buying from because of whatever personal reasons. I have a car chat on that. But she said that she's not buying from Tarte Cosmetics because they don't send PR to an influencer. And I'm like, hold up, this is something we're doing now? We're not sending PR to... Wait, what? So I'm going to boycott a brand because they don't send PR products to a big beauty influencer. For whatever reason. I don't even know the reason, but for whatever reason. And then I saw Jackie's video again, and I'm like, Jackie keeps coming up. What the hell? So she did a video saying that she's not supporting Tarte Cosmetics because they used to send her PR. She thinks this is completely a supposition. She's assuming that they're not sending her PR anymore because she did a negative review of, I think they came out with like nude blushes or something, and she did a negative review on them because they weren't really suitable for darker skin tones. And she did a scathing review. It was negative, and it wasn't exactly, you know how she is. If you watch her, she's a little bit extra. She's a little bit dramatic. She does the most, and that's cool if you're into that. I'm not into that. I don't like people that are too excessive, but you know, just too much. You don't have to be that dramatic about things. Like, relax. So she was like really dramatic about it, and they no longer send her PR. She's assuming it's because of that, because she's like, after that video, they haven't sent me anything. And I'm like, you're making an assumption, and then you're feeding that assumption to 1 million subscribers. That's tacky. That's poor business practice. You're a brand now, and if that's the way you're going to approach things, don't be surprised if other brands blackball you because of your approach. Like, understand, it's still a separation between the brands, the PR companies, and you. There's still a separation. And at the end of the day, the businesses are here to make money, and you're here to make money, and it's not the same money. You know, they're paying you. They're taking money out of their advertising budget to pay you. And they sent you these products, and maybe they lost your address. Maybe something happened. They change representatives so many times that maybe you got lost in the sauce and they just overlooked you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they changed directions and don't want to work with you anymore, don't want to use you anymore, regardless of negative review or not. They're entitled to that. You know what I mean? That's their choice. They can do that, you know? They don't have to work with you if they don't want. Like, they don't have to just because you have 1 million subscribers. They don't have to. There's so many companies that I have received products from before that have never sent me things after that. Maybe because I didn't post anything about their products, because I didn't like their products. And if I don't like them, if I don't like a product, I won't even talk about it. If it's so bad that I think people need to know to avoid it, then I'll talk about it. But sometimes I just don't talk about your product if I don't like it. And if they choose to stop sending me product, okay. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not gonna boycott you because you don't send me products. Like, what in all entitlement is that? Tarte Cosmetics, I don't buy like their foundations and stuff because their foundations aren't really suitable for darker skin. They're adding deeper shades and it's changing, and it's almost like we don't want to give brands the opportunity to change and improve their products. Like, we automatically want to sign them off just because they've only catered to lighter skin tone and we're done. And I'm not that type. I give people a chance and I'll give brands a chance. And if you're actively trying to cater to darker skin tone, I'm okay with that. Like, I will give you that opportunity, and I don't expect it to happen overnight. If you take time to develop your products and your formulations and your shade range, I'm okay with that. Like, The shade ranges, especially for darker skin, it actually takes a lot of research and mixing to find out, you know what, because they have to go out, sample the shade range, do the formulation, make sure the colors don't turn ashy or too red or too orange. Like, a lot goes into it. It doesn't happen overnight. So I'm not going to just write a brand off completely because they haven't catered to darker skin right away. Like, they're hearing you, it's happening. Like, give it a chance. But to write a brand off because they don't send you PR anymore, and you're making an assumption because you think they are not sending you PR because you did a negative video, a negative review. Are you serious? Like, this is what you're going by. Like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. She could have done something else that triggered them to stop sending her PR. But the fact that this is what these people need, they understand their influence because they charge brands like $50,000 for an Instagram post, $20,000 for an Instagram post. They understand their influence, right? Because they put a money value to it when they sell to brands. So they know what influence they have. And they're using that influence as well in a negative way to almost bully brands into working with them. They want to bully followers that don't agree with them or question things that they do. And they know this going in. Like, don't tell me, oh, I'm only human, only reacting. You know your influence and you're blasting out things to hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people, and you think it's fine. I don't know. Like, I don't like the shady business that's going on with YouTube anymore. I'm very turned off. And I'm using Jackie as an example because she personally came at me. You know what I mean? Even though I've been supportive of her and I've been actively supportive. She's retweeted stuff that I've said and I've been actively supportive. And that's why she came up, because a lot of the things that she's been saying and doing, just, they're throwing me off because I found her to be relatively humble. And then now it's like she's switched sides and she's moved over into that realm of influencer that thinks too much of themselves, like thinks they're big shots now, you know what I mean? Like, they're celebrities and they're so, and I'm still rooting for all of them to succeed because we should succeed here, because at the end of the day, they're young, successful women. A lot of them are women of color, and I absolutely applaud them. I'm like, get that money, invest wisely. You know, make sure that you're saving and you're getting your home and your car, and make sure that you're not over. Like, I want you to win. And the newer generation that's finding a newer career path, absolutely go for it. I'm here for it 100%, but don't let it change you into an entitled brat. You know, don't let it change you into something that you look back at and think, what the hell? Or the younger you will look at and say, I can't look up to this person. Like, a lot of people look up to you. Millions of people look up to you. Young girls, young boys, teens, you know, young adults. They look up to you. And when you're giving off this vibe and you're showing them this side that it's just tacky. It's a sense of entitlement. It's not a good look. Like, I don't like it. It's just not cool, you know? And that's what I meant about doing this video. It's like, I know people are going to take me wrong. I know people are going to say this, that, and the other. And you know what? I don't care. I said what I said. I still mean what I said. And that's just how I feel. So let me know what you guys think. What do you feel about this topic? What's going on? Like, I know it was all over the place, but like, what do you feel about the new, like, what do you guys feel about the new environment here in the beauty community? Like, the whole thing that's happening. What do you feel about it? Like, how do you feel? Let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.